Palestine, they are the biggest babies in the fucking world. They get the most aid, the most money, and they do nothing with it. It's still a pile of rubble. And don't give me the shit that it's Israel. They use the money that they get to build rockets and fund terror. They don't use it to better their own civilians. And I think it's like the biggest gaslighting operation we've had since Germany. And it's a very dangerous time. And, you know, the future will tell. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but me and you might end up doing this in Israel for episode 2. I'm not even kidding. You don't know.
I don't mind a comeback. No problem.
Yeah, listen.
Today on the Raw Lens podcast, we're sitting down with the hilarious and unfiltered Estee Palti, better known online as MommyRN88. She's become a social media powerhouse with her spot-on impressions, sharp political satire, and viral reels that have landed her on the shows like Gutfield and Tucker Carlson. We're diving into her journey from everyday mom to a bold voice in comedy and commentary, how she built her platform across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and the process behind her viral Kamala Harris impersonations. Plus, of course, we'll put her in the hot seat for our Truth or Shot round to see how far she's willing to go with her answers. Estee, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So how did you choose the handle Mommy RN? Does RN hint at past career in the nursing?
Yes. So I did patient care nursing for a little while. I got the handle before I even started doing social media, so I just never changed it. And even my LLC, I left it like MommyRN88. Yeah.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. So I left it alone. I'm still a nurse. I'm just on the administration side. So I'm able to do my social media stuff because I work remotely. And it's a good job. And social media is social media. One day someone's going to unplug it and I still have bills to pay. So
Yeah, you ever considered changing that name to like Kamala Harris impersonator or something?
No, she's not relevant enough. I mean, she'll get relevant again. She'll pop back up, but no. I'm not a one-trick pony, thankfully. Yeah.
Can you tell us your journey from TikTok and Instagram that led to appearances on national shows like Gutfield?
Yeah, shows like Gutfeld really, it's the fans that do all of that. They tag Gutfeld, they tag their favorite shows like Gutfeld, and they go, you know, and if it's like hundreds or thousands of them, eventually it reaches the reach of like a producer or somebody that writes for the show, or you know, them themselves. A lot of my videos went viral enough where they themselves personally reached out. With Gutfeld, he personally reached out. With Tucker Carlson, his producers, when he was at Fox at the time, reached out. And it's really just consistency. The more I went viral, the more people would share it, and obviously the more it was relevant, then the more it continued to travel.
So you could say you kind of got lucky in that area.
I got lucky, but I wouldn't really say luck because there were other Kamala Harris impressionists, and I think I was the only one that really chose to get political with it. Like the other ones really, you know, and they were all great. Don't get me wrong. They you know, they vary. Some of them were really decent, but I genuinely think I took a bolder take. I went like, you know, below the belt. I hit in the jugular, and people loved that. They wanted more and more and more. And you know how social media, like the online world is crazy. Yeah. The more controversial you get, the more popular it is. But my luck that did land. I'll say I got lucky that she decided to go for president, because obviously that's when everything really blew up.
That's when it changed for you. Yeah. You built a strong brand around satirical impressions, especially Kamala Harris. What inspires you to pick a specific figure, and how do you approach crafting that voice?
Believe it or not, the more I dislike someone on the political side, the more I want to make fun of them. I think it just helps the mockery, because I was very open. I hate this bitch. I said it from day one. Everything about her pisses me off. It was her fakeness and her aura that really resonated with me. And you know when you're like someone that's pissing you off and you just like you mock them? I think that from childhood, I've always been that way, whether it was like a teacher that pissed me off or a doctor that I worked with on the unit. If they had like a unique talk of them or like some kind of twitch or something, I'd pick up on it, because I would just observe them. You know when like someone pisses you off, sometimes you just watch them. Yeah. Like you ever hate someone and you just watch them eat? And
you just hate, you want to slap them.
Disgusting. But the reality is, our psychology, what it does is, the more you dislike someone, the more everything they do pisses you off.
Oh yeah.
So like something that you would find cute when you're dating is something that's gonna fucking piss you off while you're already married. Like, oh, like, look, this bitch has been doing this for already 20 years. I'm tired of this shit. Like, it's not cute anymore. Enough. So that's what I noticed with political figures. And Kamala Harris, she was at the top of the key for me. It was just, I mean, the stuff writes itself. She's a walking clown. And the more ridiculous shit she said, the more it was like free content. That's it. And I just kept going. It was gifts from God.
So even though you hate her, you could actually thank her.
I mean, people are like, well, you know, the left side will obviously come at me all the time in my DMs and my comments, like, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. And I'm like, no, you're not understanding. I'm milking everything this bitch has to offer, okay? I will make every dollar I can from every cackle because that's what I feel like gives me some kind of, you know, satisfaction of everything that she put us through in those 4 years, because we're paying for it in blood right now, and we're continue to pay for it. So
I want you to answer this next question as Kamala Harris.
Okay.
All right. Walk us through your process of turning a current news topic into a comedic reel. How long does it typically take to write, shoot, and edit something?
Look, Leon, I don't know if you know this, right? But I was raised in a middle-class family. All right, so when it came to, you know, preparing, we didn't think about that.
Wow.
We were really burdened. We needed to survive. You know, we came to this country illegally, and it was difficult. All those government handouts.
Damn, you're good.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. So, shit, that's why we're here.
Even laugh like her.
That took a lot of practice, my friend. Let me tell you.
Wow.
But thank you very much. But I am proud to say that no matter how much I tried, I got shadow banned and everything else. When she ran for president, that's when it really took off, because I truly feel you couldn't keep it away anymore. So no matter what, it couldn't get shunned enough.
Do you think she would ever stumble upon your Instagram? Did she ever notice you?
I really think that at some point they saw it, because my numbers dictated. So when there was an article written about me in Vanity Fair, and they underlined it very clear, like, oh, she's one of the impersonators, but, you know, based on her mockery of Kamala Harris, she doesn't seem like a fan. And I've heard, you know, behind the scenes from producers, from celebrities that, oh yeah, of course she's seen your stuff, you know, like, are you kidding? But hopefully she didn't. I mean, I don't want to get killed.
I'm pretty sure she just looked at it and laughed at it.
I don't think so. She doesn't like being made fun of.
So we're going into the section of political and cultural commentary. So your recent post on the Epstein files and other high-profile stories shows a bold political edge. What guidance or boundaries do you set around political satire?
I'm really unfiltered, as you could see. I even, like, when I write my comedic stuff, a lot of it is improvised. I can write. I've noticed about myself, I can write until I'm blue in the face. It gives me a great outline, but I always, when I get behind the mic or when I press record, I just let it flow, because that's where the creativity comes. It's usually like a quick snapback or something she would have said or something that happened really current. And sometimes that flow, it's very random for me. You know, that's why it's hard for me to make it a job. Sometimes I'm in the mood, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes it hits me, sometimes it doesn't.
So it's all based on how you feel?
It's how I feel. It's really, and like I said, the more she pisses me off, like I'll be, you know, watching something when she had a speech, and if you notice, most of my reels were her speeches, because I would see these moments and I'm like, I can't fucking not make a video right now. And I would make it, and it's like, it would always go viral, because it was just what everybody was thinking but didn't really know how to articulate. You know, they were frustrated with what they were seeing, and I think that a lot of people related to that hatred for her, that was, you know, you feel it. Yeah. You know, you feel it deep inside your ovaries. All right.
Aren't you glad she's not our president?
Yes, I'm very glad she's not our president. Not financially, but yeah. I am glad she's not our president.
How do you balance humor with responsibility when discussing sensitive or controversial topics?
I try not to antagonize too much. You know, like I said, I'm pretty unfiltered, but I learned to pick my battles. I've gotten death threats. You know, I'm not the type to be stupid enough to try to antagonize it and make it worse, simply because, like, I have a family. I don't want to push it too far. But at the, like, when I say that, I say it specifically to very unhinged left, or to, you know, against Israel. Anything I say pro-Israel, it's like a barrage of death threats and stuff. So I really try to be sensitive with what I say, but sometimes I find that it's hard. That's why certain people can't really do it, because it's all or nothing with certain topics. Like the pro-Hamas stuff right now, it's very difficult to explain to these people that there's a huge mainstream problem here. We have a propaganda issue. And no matter where you turn right now, it's Israel is starving Gaza. Nothing to do with United Nations, nothing to do with Hamas. And it's not to get political on the show. It's to show that the few people like me that are screaming it, like, you have to look at the truth. Unfortunately, there's not enough of us to scream it. So a lot of us get like targeted. But like I said, I try to keep it, far and few in between. I don't try to antagonize some of the people that, I don't entertain the messages, even the ones that like go ham, like the ones that continue to DM or whatever. I just block and move on.
Well, listen, because you have a family, obviously, look, you can't fix stupid, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's
I think it would be there either way. But like I said, I mean, I tread cautiously, but I still have to do what I have to do.
What kind of audience response has surprised you the most? Any stories of fans saying your content resonated unexpectedly with them?
Yes, this one was a very big turning point in my life, actually, because it hit me very deeply how far my reach goes. I had, at some point in time, I remember I was just getting like tired of trying to balance everything, and I started getting less and less consistent with social media, and I was almost on the verge of kind of giving up because there was a lot of shadow banning issues. I kept getting demonetized. It was just really annoying. Anytime you're anything on conservative, when the Biden administration was in office, we suffered greatly financially. So because of that inconsistency and instability, I was getting very frustrated and I wanted to quit. I got a DM from somebody, and it's a very powerful story. He basically had written to me like a decent sized paragraph, and he was just like, I've been following you for a while. I've had a lot of trouble in my life. There's a point recently that I was ready to kill myself. I got a notification for one of your messages. I was sitting at the edge of a bridge and I looked at it, chuckled, and I decided to go back home. Someone that really, really is thankful for your inspiration, Australia. Like, it was like a random message. It was in my like hidden requests. And when I saw that, for whatever reason, I just felt like it was a message to tell me, like, you have to keep going.
So you're basically a hero.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't say it that way. Like, I mean,
you saved a life.
I don't think it was a direct impact like this person made it believe. I'm just too humble for that. Like, I can't take responsibility for that and say, oh, like, I did this for this person. Not at all. I think it was genuinely a message to that. So, this is important. Comedy is important. It makes people laugh. And that's when my transition went to, okay, I'm going to make my message heard politically through comedy, because I think that this is a deep way of connecting with people, but it also spreads the truth.
How do you handle feedback, both admiration and criticism, from followers and public figures?
I have a philosophy about this that I also developed later on in the social media game, because with a lot of admiration, you start to realize that when you focus on the validation, you're also going to get heavily impacted by the negativity. And this is something that I saw Gary Vaynerchuk talk about, and I always watch him, and he's very inspirational, and he's explained that you can't focus on the validation either. You have to just not give a shit about either. And that's very important, because if you stay in that line and you don't give too much attention or like feedback to that positivity, that dopamine, you're not going to seek it. Because look at society, like someone like J-Lo. She just celebrated her 56th birthday in like a leotard. What are you doing, bitch? You are old. You're going to be a grandparent eventually.
She doesn't look like one.
She looks phenomenal. There's no hate coming from here. However, don't you see like her need to stay relevant, her need to have a new man traipsing against her? It's a really sad tale if you think about it at the end of the day.
Yeah, she's been divorced like 5 times.
Exactly. And it's like she's in love every single time, and she tries to be so relatable, but she's not. Like, bitch, stop. You're not one of us. You're not. And you're rich. You had it good. You had a great life. Don't try to like, I'm Jenny from the block. She actually has like a little bit of a Kamala Harris laugh.
Really?
Yeah, from her old school movie days. Great actress, horrifying singer, but like the point is, this is not a J-Lo roast, but the point is, you are 56. You're not going to be that A-list level for a long time. And I think that people like her, Madonna, they have a really hard time letting that go, because they focus so much on that validation. Like, it was everything for them. You know what I mean? That's why you see the horrific plastic surgeries, because that low self-esteem, it's like they keep on doing something new and more until they look like fucking Jigsaw from Saw.
I mean, listen, if you have money, why not?
If it makes you feel good, go for it. But if you're starting to look like Jigsaw, it's a problem.
Oh,
so
my God.
My thing is that when you already are trying too hard, you keep on fixing yourself. It's because you gave yourself the false sense that you are going to feel better after. And it's not, because they keep on doing it. It's not making them feel better, but they keep on buying more stuff and keep on getting remarried to a new man and keep on having another baby and keep on turning that baby trans.
I mean, that should tell you something. If you're divorced 5 times, maybe you're the problem.
she's absolutely the problem, my friend.
Yeah.
She's a complete narcissist, and if anyone is not obsessed with her every 5 seconds, she goes, that's it, I'm gonna divorce you, move on to the next. I need someone constantly obsessed with me. So to avoid shit like that, because this is not just about J-Lo, this is a problem amongst society. When you just have too much and you just keep on doing it and doing it and doing it and giving attention to the people that are like obsessed with you, you're only gonna be focusing on that. And then when you get negativity, it crashes your false sense.
You sneeze the wrong way and that's it, it's over.
100%. It literally crashes. I'm like, wait a second, hold on, I'm not relevant anymore. And then they start going insane. So to avoid that, I humbly love all of the validation that I get, but I also don't give a fuck about anything negative that somebody has to say about me, because I'm a grown woman with 3 kids and your opinions don't dictate my life whatsoever.
Exactly. Amen to that.
Yes.
So after features like Tucker Carlson and Gutfield, how has your reach and business evolved?
Oh, it definitely opened way more doors. At the end of the day, these are all opportunities that just come at your feet. That's why when some people say like, oh, why don't you change, your whole brand to Kamala Harris? I'm like, no, like that was to get the foot in the door. At the end of the day, I'm also still exploring what I can do, what I'm good at, where I want to land. Sometimes we think we want something, and then once we kind of get a taste of it, we realize like, in this industry, I wouldn't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like maybe this is not for me. Maybe this is not for me. There are also some restrictions. There have been offers that I've gotten that have been amazing. I can't relocate. I'm not like, I'm not going to be able to just pick up my family, tell my husband, shut down your business. I have an offer over there. He's like, do it within what you can do. So it definitely opened a lot of doors. I met a lot of amazing people, and I still talk to them. I still do some stuff. I don't always post about it. Kind of taken like a little bit of a nosedive on the content posting since the election is over. I'm giving myself a nice breather because I bit off way more than I can chew last year. So I'm just kind of taking it easy. But I had an amazing run, honestly. It was great, and it opened a lot of great doors. So.
But do you have plans to branch into longer form content, collaborations, even live performances?
Yeah, 100%. I'm actually doing a live performance soon. I don't do those typically, but I'm doing a short thing for a charity event. It is for Chabad of Briarwood, and they are raising money to like feed families in need for Shabbat. And it's a very beautiful cause. We raised a lot of money last year. I was fortunate enough to help them with the process of the fundraiser. And last year, I actually introduced the comedian. It was Jacob Yashiel.
Oh, yeah, I know this dude.
He was great, yeah. And he did the comedy. And this year, they were like, Esther, like, you should totally do it. So I was like, you know what? Like, whatever. It's like our crew, like our people. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll do it. Like, it's for a great cause. So I'll do that. And there's definitely collaborations in the mix.
You think you could get Jacob on the show?
I should. I could probably give him a call.
Because I reached out to him. I really want to get him on the show.
Well, he was visiting New York that time, but yeah, no problem. I'll reach out to him. You see those connections? You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like that.
I can't. Just the way that you do it is really impressive.
It's a sickness. It is.
We have finally reached the truth or shot round. As you know what it is. If you can't answer the question, you take a shot. Are you ready?
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
All right, let's do this. If you could publicly roast one political figure without any backlash, who would it be and why?
Absolutely Hillary Clinton. Why? Because I don't want to die. I would do skit after skit if it comes to her, but I've genuinely done research. I've spoken to people about it that are in the industry, and they were like, yo, it's just best not to fuck with Hillary Clinton. Because, and it's like, we laugh, right? But there's literally people that are psychotic enough, maybe she's powerful enough to be like, I don't like that bitch, take her out. We've heard of the Clinton body count. I'm not touching that bitch. I don't care. I mean, I've poked fun at her here and there. My mom.
What is the Clinton body count?
Oh, it's like 56 or 57 people that have all been affiliated with the Clintons that have mysteriously been suicided.
Wow.
Like, man found in car declared suicide with 5 shots in the back of the head. Like, what? And
what?
This is documented. This is on record. These are very dangerous people, and that is why I say, like, I steer clear of certain things. There's definitely material to be had there, but I ain't touching that bitch. So no alcohol for me. I have no problem answering that question.
All right. You got 6 more questions. Let's see. What's one unpopular political opinion you have that you've never said online?
This is definitely a good one. I mean, we basically live in a freaking matrix. Everything isn't real, guys. The left and the right, it doesn't matter.
Shit.
The people on top are on one side. A new world order is coming.
Do I hear Andrew Tate speech?
It's not an Andrew Tate speech. It's more related to AI. If I'm being honest with you, I'm here to warn you guys about the dangers of AI. Run, save yourselves, learn how to become a plumber, because we're all fucked. If you are in the medical industry, if you're in a factory, if you are in the hair industry, I don't care who you are, your job is being replaced as we speak. And it's moving at such a fast pace. And I don't talk about this because I don't want to fearmonger, but it's like, it's already happening.
Especially my job.
That's it. You're done. You're done already.
Yeah, I was already done.
There's surgeon robots already that are at the precision of like 100% success rate. This is going to be replacing everything in the next 10 years. So we have kids in college right now studying for shit that's not going to exist when they graduate. We're going to have a mass unemployment crisis. And this is something that, like I said it here, but if I started talking about this on social media, it's going to freak out everybody. And that's not what my message is. So ladies, we're fucked. They're gonna have robot wives soon and husbands. You're gonna see.
Do.
Exactly.
They already do.
Exactly. It's
there are men that actually marry AI robots.
Why wouldn't they? Look at the bitches today. Are you kidding me? Are you gonna fly me out? If you're not flying me out, don't call me.
Exactly.
Get me an AP. This is a disgusting Rolex. Get out of here.
Their expectations are unrealistic.
It's not just the women either, too. It's the men too. I want you to look like Kim Kardashian. I want you to have a fat ass. I want you to make me a roast beef. I want you to be best friends with my mom. I want you to rub my feet every day when I get home, and I want you to forgive me when I cheat on you. It's not. It's. Both sides have insanely disgusting expectations because of social media.
I agree. Social media ruins lives.
And next, it's gonna be robots that are completely get out the way. I got this, and it's gonna be like, yo, bitch is perfect, and she's gonna say, oh my god, this guy is everything.
And soon, actually, humans are gonna be bionic.
Yes. Yeah. So we're extincting ourselves. Next question.
Has any celebrity or politician ever DM'd you, good or bad, about your impressions?
Yes, one of my favorite ones is probably Robert Schneider. Do you know who Robert Schneider is?
Yes.
Yeah, so he called me.
No way. Wow.
And I was very honored because I'm such a big fan. Have you seen Big Daddy?
Yes.
So when I picked up the phone, it said on the thing maybe Robert Schneider, but I was told he's gonna reach out. So I already knew that was his number. And I picked up, I did the Big Daddy impression that he, that's how I picked up the phone. And I was like, sometimes I mix D and the L, I've been saying that all my life. Since that movie, there are so many amazing one-liners, and he's just the GOAT. Him, Adam Sandler, that whole crew. So I was incredibly honored. He did reach out. They had this show that they started. I don't know if you saw it, but Lindy Lee is part of it. It's a bunch of women. It's the conservative version of The View.
Okay.
Sadly, it's just in a different state. So, he reached out hey, your impression is fantastic. You're a fresh, natural talent. And coming from someone like that, I was just skipping around all day.
Of course. Who wouldn't be?
So, Rob Schneider is great. Hip hop?
Hip hop?
Hip hop anonymous?
You can do it!
Yes, there it is. That's a greater pressure than mine.
All right. If you had to choose one influencer or creator who's overrated but afraid to say publicly, who would it be?
Afraid? I ain't afraid of shit. Candace Owens, that bitch needs to be canceled yesterday. I'm tired of her perpetuating all this bullshit against Israel. She has a hatred for Jews that is unlike anything I've ever seen. She had so much support from me, and I know that a lot of people loved her before, but she went off the deep end. She's completely, I just can't, and it's not because of her simple bias against Israel and Jews. She's taking it to a deeper level, and it's getting her obsession with it is becoming worse and worse every single day. She's just dangerous at this point, and I can't freaking stand her. I can't stand her. Wow. She needs to be canceled, and I'm not afraid to say that shit. She's disgusting.
Damn.
Very disappointed in you, Candace Owens.
I don't even think you'll take a shot. Wow.
All right, let's see what the next question is. I might.
What's the biggest paycheck you've ever made?
Levi. People can't fuck up what they don't know about. You know what I'm saying, Leon? That's a life lesson right there. I actually wouldn't have answered that. I didn't even
finish the question. You already know what it was.
We're not talking money. And it's not personal, but that's a lesson I learned as well. When things are going well for you, it's not because I'm saying people are jealous. It's nothing like that. It's an energy thing. And energy is disruptive. Every single time, it was like clockwork. Every time I have said something that I was supposed to go on, whether it was a show, I was going to get flown out. If I mentioned it, it wouldn't happen. Something went wrong.
Got it.
Something went wrong every single time.
So it's bad luck or something? Or
It's an energy thing.
Yeah,
They even say like stay quiet when you're doing things until they are completed, because
like the Hamsa thing, yeah. Like
it's 100% true. Ayin hara is a real thing. It's in the Torah. It's an energy is everything. So we're not talking about that, guys.
Oh, by the way, we're tequila.
Oh, look at that. Well, I'm an alcoholic, so that works.
All right.
It would be really funny if like a Baharian grandmother came in here and said, Леня, тебе не стыдно, 12 часов, ты пьешь. Давай иди стань, на работу ищи. Машин сын врач. Он врач.
Кай Мурам.
Кай Мурам. Смотри, что это за баба здесь сидит, пьет с тобой. That's what I expected. We're in Brooklyn, guys. I mean, you never know. 12 o'clock, my friend, but we're Russian.
Listen,
sometimes we mix
it's happy hour somewhere.
And alcohol. Yes, so.
Cheers.
L'chaim. I drink chef because I drive.
I thought you were alcoholic.
I put her to sleep. She's like Alexa. I can just summon it.
Oh,
yeah, when the Wi-Fi is on. Everything is fine, Titmash. Okay.
I choked.
Oh, that's a rookie mistake. You can't chew or drink next to me. Yeah. Ask my husband. He's almost died 20 times.
Oh my God, I feel so bad.
He doesn't learn.
Have you ever turned down a brand deal because you didn't agree with their politics or values? Who was it?
I won't say who was it, so I guess we're drinking again. But I absolutely did.
That was quick.
I absolutely did. And it wasn't a brand deal. It was an event. And it was like distasteful. It was a lot of money. It was a big offer, but it was basically like almost like a fraternity kind of thing. And their whole goal was to invite me as Kamala Harris, but to like dog on me. And it was like a male-dominated scene. So they're like, yo, like we totally love what you do, but like we're gonna be violating. And I was like, that just doesn't sound like not only not safe, but like I'll throw hands if you do something to make me uncomfortable. So it was like, that's not my thing. I'm not here for that, but
okay.
I won't say who it is.
Got it. What's the wildest hate comment you've ever received that secretly made you laugh?
Your schnoz is bigger than your tits.
Emotional, damn it!
That was a good one. I'm not even gonna front. I said that too. I'm like, yo, touche, my bro. Alhamdulillah, inshallah to you. That was a good one, my friend. You should do stand-up, I told him. You want me to hook you up? I have some agents, but they're Jewish.
Woo!
I don't know. They're Jews. Can you handle it?
Oh, that was a good one.
It's true, though. Because sometimes, you get curious. You read the comments. And I was reading the hate, and when I read that, I remember like I kind of did like a chuckle, and then it turned into like a full-blown laughter, and I was like, that was a good one.
Wow.
Touche, Mohammed, if you're listening. I know y'all watching.
Oh, shit. All right, now we have reached the red button questions. Extra controversial. You can't answer, press the red button, you drink. If you had to ban one public figure from social media forever, who would you pick?
Can't just pick one, man. Can't just pick one. But we're back to the Candace Owens, and I would also say Kanye West. I know it's like an overrated answer.
100%.
But I would absolutely ban him. I think he's annoying. I think it's not even cute. It's not funny. It's just a cry for help, cry for attention. Stupid, irrelevant, someone I lost complete respect for.
I think he got dropped as a baby. Definitely.
100%. I think he got thrown against the fucking wall.
Yeah.
As a baby. And you marry this whore, you have 4 kids by her, she took them away from you, and you're taking it out on the Jews. Kanye, where did we go wrong? All right? I was blasting Jesus Walks as a Jew when I was in 6th grade. There's no need for all this. But if you can't behave, you need to be banned. So
yes, 100%.
No problem with that question.
100%. Did you see speaking of Kanye, did you see that spiteful music video?
Oh my God, yeah.
The Hail Hitler music video?
Yeah. Him, Myron Gaines, I just posted about it today. Myron Gaines, he's a podcaster, and somebody actually commented, yo, he's ex-CIA, he's a PSYOP, this is all being done and paid for, by Iran, Qatar. They're funding all of this hostility against Jews on purpose, and it's working. So we're losing the propaganda war, but that's why it's important to continue using our platforms any way we can to just try to negate it, but it's hard.
I think you and I both know that the reason we're hated is because of jealousy and envyism.
100%. Listen,
people are jealous of our success.
I love it how they say, oh, is that why you were kicked out of 109 countries? And I'm like, you're not understanding this. Every time we got kicked out of these countries, we started from literally nothing. We started from literally building the fire, and then in the end, we ended up taking over. That's what you fuckers don't like.
Exactly.
We have thrived because our entire belief system is you're not going to give up, you're going to excel, you're going to do well. And I'm not going to apologize for the fact that our values teach us to strive for greatness and to surround ourselves with God and family. Exactly. I'm not going to apologize for that.
It's not our fault that other people, like non-Jews, are brutally arrogant and lazy and don't want to put in the work.
100%.
Then they put that hate onto us.
100%. Palestine, they are the biggest babies in the fucking world. They get the most aid, the most money, and they do nothing with it. It's still a pile of rubble. And don't give me the shit that it's Israel. They use the money that they get to build rockets and fund terror. They don't use it to better their own civilians. And I think it's the biggest gaslighting operation we've had since Germany. And it's a very dangerous time. And, the future will tell. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but me and you might end up doing this in Israel for episode 2. I'm not even kidding. You don't know.
I don't mind a comeback. No problem.
Yeah, listen. The ones that are absolutely pro-Hamas and they're helping Hamas. We saw what happened on October 7th. The Palestinians aided this entire thing. They knew about it. They celebrated it. It's sad that the media is going to show something else. And I think journalism is dead when it comes to showing the truth. Yeah,
journalism is selective. They only select what they want you to hear.
Yeah,
and that's how they all get mind fucked. You've gone viral for your Kamala Harris impressions. Who do you think is easier to satirize, Kamala or Biden?
Well, I mean, we can all do Biden. Have you ever had a time where you screamed out something randomly while you were sleeping? Because all of us can be Biden. You just close your eyes and you just say random shit.
Jill, how do you turn on this stupid
Look
TV?
here, folks. Let me tell you something. Look here. The Gulf War, my son, Iraq. Look, listen. Here's the deal, folks. I'd shit myself. Hey, ho. I got bitches in different area codes. I don't know. He was like, listen, it was so easy that I didn't even want to touch it. But
oh my God.
It's freaking elder abuse, man. It's fucking elder abuse. Imagine how many concoctions. As a nurse, I can tell you right now, I've seen it. I've seen what a cocktail can do. When I say cocktail, I'm talking about the nursing lingo. Cocktail is a variety of medications that are put together. And sometimes it's a sedative mix, or sometimes it's a tranquilizer mix that calms you the fuck down so you're not hostile, but it also gives you a boost of speed almost, kind of to make you awake. And I've seen what they do to older patients, and I'm telling you, there was one time Trump talked about it and he said, oh, well, they're about to give him a shot in the ass and then he's all awake. And that's exactly what it is. They give him this concoction and he came out and he would be yelling and alert and crazy, but the reality is, we were watching elder abuse for 4 years. So Biden was definitely easier to impersonate.
What's one thing you believe about mainstream media that would get instantly canceled if you said it out loud?
We kind of touched on it earlier. Journalism is completely dead. These are absolutely bought and paid for by international, foreign, divisions, and it's to perpetuate internal destruction, internal chaos. Because I think what we don't understand is that if you actually looked back in the grand scheme of things, it's really crazy how everything's playing out now. For millennia, all right, let's just use the Arabic world for a second as an example. For millennia, they've used violence to conquer. For millennia. And look how long they've been starting wars with Israel, and they lose every fucking time. Y'all are gonna lose every goddamn time, all right? But they start these wars in their little deserts with their little made-up bombs. Okay, they don't stand the chance against the Iron Dome, but we've seen them getting stronger. We've seen the damage that was done in the past war with Iran. There are definitely loopholes with the Iron Dome. We know that, right? They have now transpired into, we have a lot of money. We have oil money. We have all this shit. Qatar is loaded. We're talking about trillions.
It's the richest planet.
Richest nation.
Richest nation.
Money.
And those people that are funding the universities to hate on Jews, this is causing internal destruction. This is communism 101. You want to break another country, you do it internally. And that's what them and China and Russia all have in common. That's why we have this societal decay, these young people, this OnlyFans culture. It's literally all because of this. They want to perpetuate more and more of it. Mainstream media is completely bought and paid for. It's completely here to just make us dumber and dumber. And the masses follow everything that's going on. If you've actually paid attention, it's disheartening to see. And that's why that's one of the questions that's difficult to answer, because I will absolutely get canceled if I talked about this on a regular basis. I might even get killed.
So that means we take a shot?
All right, I'll fit, here's to that.
Here's to that.
Here's to the end of human civilization. It's also prophesized, by the way, since we touched on this already before. No, we didn't. I have ADHD. I'm just going to say it. But the prophecy says that the Muslim world will lead for 9 months. Would you know that?
No.
Like, there is a prophecy that actually states that they will be in charge. And based on how everything has happened after October 7th, I'm one of those people that started to look back and look carefully at how they are multiplying like rabbits. And it's like, no matter how much we cry and moan about it, it might happen. They are multiplying and we're not. We are declining. I'm not talking even about Jews. Every single nation is in decline in comparison to the Muslim world. Now, I don't have a problem with Islam whatsoever. Some of these people are very, very peaceful. But you have like 25 to 30% that are extreme jihadists, and their entire MO is, we're going to take over the world. The prophecy is that they take over for 9 months, and Mashiach comes after that. I don't know about all the Mashiach stuff. I'm not sure. I really can't speak on it. I don't know enough about all the literature. But it's insane how biblical times have become. Like, when you start seeing it unfold, I feel like we see it from a very different lens. How old are you?
32.
Okay, I'm 37. So we're more or less on the same generational gap. And we got persecuted from the former USSR. We came here. But it just seems like all roads are leading back to Israel. And I'm not the kind of person that's like, I'm like, I was the last person to say something like that back in the day. But after October 7th, I started hearing people, like, memories of my dad always saying, like, yo, be careful, because they all secretly hate us. You'll see in time. It's impossible for me to explain it to you now. But there's going to come a time where they feel comfortable enough to expose themselves. Just that sentence. Listen to it again. They're going to be comfortable enough to expose themselves. So it's, like, become normalized now to hate Jews. And what are we seeing? We're seeing a complete, like, exposure of all these people that are just jumping on the bandwagon to let us know how they really feel. Even people on the right. Whether it's left or right, we're seeing a collective effort to try to hurt Jews. And, are you too drunk for this? Are you good?
No, I'm good. Maybe you are.
Leon doesn't know. No, not at all. But, I go from 0 to 60 on the comic side, and then I just all of a sudden go like, do you believe in UFOs? Do you want to talk about that? I'm sorry. I'm one of those people. I don't do small talk. I don't do like, do you know who got married last week? Oh my God, she had the best wedding.
You know what? Let's talk about weddings, honestly.
No, absolutely not.
Oh my God, did you see her fucking flowers? It was like 40 grand. I want 50 on mine. All right? Fuck that. I told Moshe and he's not listening to me. This is bullshit.
I could literally talk about weddings all day.
No, but I just say it's because like I'm like more I want to talk about deep things. I just feel like I want to talk about the important things. So weddings are beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a hater.
Overrated.
I'm sure someone that's gonna hear this is gonna get very triggered and like start fucking twitching. Like,
what does she think she is?
Well, if you felt triggered, maybe you ask yourself why. All right. Next question.
This is probably my best episode yet.
Oh, I love that. You bitches can't hang. Every single one of you, DJ Alex. Even if you do charge $48,000 to do an event. Okay? You see that? Favorite episode. I want the #1 title right now. DJ Alex is...
Wow.
I mean, he better be a billionaire by the end of the year. How many weddings and events we have?
Oh, shit.
I'm just kidding. I'm pulling your leg. I hired DJ Alex for my upcoming son's bar mitzvah. Okay? So I'm very excited. Alex, don't fuck up the party. That was a joke. Can you edit this out?
Yes.
No. I'm kidding. But no, we can talk about that if you want.
Sure.
We can talk about like all the extravagant. At this point, I want to walk out with 2 bottles of Clase Azul and a rack of lamb every fucking time I go into an event because that's what the hell I paid for.
Yes.
I want 2 goddamn bottles. I want ice to go in like an insulated container. All right. I even want some lemons.
Did you hear about
with some Celtic salt?
Did you hear about?
That's what I'm paying for every time I go to an event. I want Hold on, we're not straying away from this. I want the Dubai treatment because I paid for it. If it's a fucking second mortgage,
Holy shit.
3 parties a month. We're just talking about 3 out of the 30 days. 3.
Oh my God.
We're related to everybody in this bitch, and I'm known, right? So every time we get invited somewhere, I'm like, yo, this is a second goddamn mortgage. So okay, no problem. I'm happy for you. Take my money, but yo, I want some shit in return for it. I want a rack of lamb, pistachio crusted. All right, so Ilya, get with the program. Start with the to-go baggies.
Speaking of him, you know that he opened up a new...
I did see that.
Yeah?
I did see that. You know what? I give Ilya props.
I do.
I love what he's done for himself. I think he's the ultimate, like, American dream. I've always said this growing up because I grew up on the block of Troika. I was 1 block away, and I've watched since I was a little kid every single time they put up a new restaurant. And I was always like, yo, they're going to dominate. You know, they're going to really take over. So I give him props because he could comfortably sit with the venues that he owns and like make money, you know. But now that he did open up that banquet hall, that venue, Ilya, I would like a bottle of Clase Azul from now on.
Watch it be 500 a seat.
I bet it will be.
Because it's in the city,
It will be. You know what? You dictate your value, and people are willing to pay for it. It's going to continue happening at the end of the day. And inflation is a real thing, and our community likes luxury, bougie shit. You have to understand that if the community wouldn't support this, it wouldn't be booming.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of business names I can drop, but the reality is this. They charge a certain amount, and people are willing to pay. They're going to continue increasing their charge every single year. And I can't really, I have to say that if I'm being completely transparent, when I started doing social media, I also adopted that mindset. I became more valuable. My price continued to go up. I was like, listen, you're all reaching out to me. You want me? This is how much my time is now going to be worth, because I know that this is a really, really big power move on my end. The more I come to your show, the more you get views and all these things.
Yeah.
So that's what happens in our community. They deliver great work. Alex.
Yep.
Phenomenal music.
I agree.
Phenomenal track.
Love the new track, by the way.
He's great. He's humble. Went to school together. Know him for years. He's great. So that's why I can do this publicly. Alex, just don't charge me like $46,000. All right. I'm trying to get my kids into yeshiva. It's between that and you. Don't make me choose.
Entertainment is expensive.
Don't make me choose. What is that? Like $16,000 an hour? 3-hour party?
Wow.
That seems fair. Obviously, these are inflated numbers so that Alex knows we're kidding. Alex, you're worth every penny.
Wow.
You're worth every penny. So, but it's not just him. I'm just saying, I'm like expressing that our community does so well for itself, honestly, that this is what this is what they're offering. I just want what I paid for. So Alex, if you can just, send over at least like the tracks so I could listen to them in my car, I think I've earned it.
Yes.
And, we'll be fair and square.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, unbelievable. Wow.
I hope this is coming off like with the intention to make people laugh. I'm not throwing shade at anybody.
No, this really made. I think I haven't laughed this much in any episode. So
I'm grateful. Well, Alex, look, I kicked your ass here. You take my money. We're even. We're even now. I had the better episode. That was what I came here to do, and I came. I conquered. All right. What can I say?
That's a wrap on today's episode with the incredibly talented and unapologetically funny Estee Palti, aka MommyRN88. Huge thanks to her for joining us and sharing her story, her creative process, and of course, giving us a few laughs along the way. Make sure to follow her on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and X, MommyRN88, so you don't miss any of the viral impressions and comedic takes on what's happening in the world. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to the Raw Lens podcast on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and share this episode with a friend who could use a good laugh. We'll be back next week with another incredible guest, so stay tuned, and as always, thanks for watching.
And thank you for having me.
And thank you for coming.